And I actually do want to just start with your turning point. I know this was a really difficult time in your life. It was in 2013. I believe you were 21 years old at the time, right?
I was, yeah. I just turned it, yeah.
Okay. And this is when you ended up in hospital. I know I mentioned it there in the introduction, but take us back to that time. Tell us what happened and what you remember.
But I've always grown up with sensitive skin, eczema, and, it would be on my hands and in the corners of my elbows. And I always felt a little bit different. And it always affected my life to the point where it would dictate where I studied or who I made friends with. It just was dictating every area of my life, what I did, how I socialized. But it wasn't up until the point of the age 21 where it covered me head to toe. For around 8 months, it got infected because the skin was broken and not healing. And because it got infected, it was all over my face. My face swelled double the size from the infection. And I felt severely ill. Waking up, going in the shower was excruciating pain. Just even to try and get ready, dress for work, my clothes would stick to my skin. It was a really horrible time. But yeah, so I ended up in hospital because of the infection, incredibly ill. And yeah, that was my darkest moment. And at that point in my life, I was told, you're 21, you're an adult now, you haven't grown out of the skin condition. Best case scenario is anti-depressants to cope with the condition and steroids to manage it.
Wow. So I know you said there that eczema had been part of your life. It had been a condition that you lived with since you were younger, but this was the first time that it got to this kind of debilitating point.
Yes. I mean, growing up, I always thought it was debilitating. I always felt like, why do I have this? And felt really down about it. Very, just why me kind of mentality. But I didn't realize until I was 21 when I was literally covered head to toe just how much it can take over your entire life. That was the point. It was where I hit rock bottom with it.